Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Hollow. How is your morning going so far? Hope it's going great. Um, I haven't fully decided what we're gonna be doing today on stream. We could either do some 3D modeling or some UI design, or yeah, either UI or 3D modeling. I think are our two options. The stream just started. Was I talking to myself for a bit? Sometimes that happens. Um, how are you doing, Hollow? How's your morning going? I was just explaining that we have a few options of what we could work on today. We could either do some 3D modeling or we could do some UI design. Hey, reverse everything. Hey, Zed. Bleep bloop. Oh, you guys can't see the YouTube chat on the screen. Let me see if I can fix that. Browser. Lag? Am I lagging? I hope I'm not lagging. It says I have good connection. Just for you, Zed. I'm doing all right. Morning is going well. So you reverse everything now? What is going on with my chat? OBS is being difficult again, guys. It won't be too bad. Hey, Zlaxian. How you doing? You see? That's better than not seeing. No. It's just when I stream that it gets bad. Hello. How have you guys been doing today on this lovely Saturday? Bro, I just want to open this. Hey Pete, how you doing? Sorry, we're having some stream technical difficulties again. I just want the chat to show up on the screen, but it's being so difficult. I hate OBS. Like, no, Unity's fine. Unity isn't mean to me. But like I'm just trying to have my chat show up on screen, but I can't get it to show up on screen even though I've had it set up for a very long time. And it's like really not a challenge. You guys do anything fun with your Saturdays? Or have anything fun planned? Why is the chat not showing up? What? I'm so confused. You're still getting lag? Is that? My pat's... Oh no, that's unfortunate. Okay, guys, we just might not have chat on screen today. I hate OBS with a passion. It's so buggy. Um, is everyone else fine? It says the bitrate is kind of low, which I don't really know what that means. Like, if people are lagging. It's okay. Alrighty. I guess we're not having chat on the screen today. Sorry about that. And I can't really even, like, change it because the OBS is backing out. I move my mouse now, yeah. Um, all right, so we have two options today, guys. Would we rather see 3D design in Blender, or do we want to see some UI design? So kind of what I was thinking is I don't know if I love the terrain anymore. I don't really like the idea of this being in an open field. So I kind of had UI. Okay, we can do that. So I kind of had an idea of making this into like a little city with like some like facades and like a road and like some like gardeny stuff, like some hiding spots and stuff like that. Um, Instead of this terrain, because the one issue with this terrain is I think it looks good. It's just thanks, Pete. Yeah, it's been a grind, but we're getting there slowly. Um, the issue with this terrain, right, is it's triplanar mapped and it has toon shading. So like when you have light, like for example, if we like start up the game and like go into some stuff, we'll go as a bear. If we like come over here, you'll see exactly kind of what I'm talking about. I'm really slow. Um, where's the flashlight? I have a flashlight down here somewhere. Um, um, I don't know. You can kind of see it here, right? So the way that the terrain is set up, right? There's not really like a shadow on the actual terrain itself. Like the shadow is just showing up on the grass, and I kind of really hate how it looks. The way that I typically debug is I come into the scene editor, but I wanted to like show you like something with like the flashlight. I have no clue where I put the flashlight though. I guess I could come down here and like try and find it. There it is. Where's the flashlight? That's not. Oh. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Because I wanted to show you like that it doesn't really change, and it's a lot easier to. There's the flashlight, right? You can see how it's lighting up the grass, but it's not lighting up the actual terrain, and I can't really make this sort of terrain without it doing that. And I want it to kind of light up everything, right? Like kind of see how like the flashlight's working now with like the walls and stuff. Um, and it's like kind of lighting up everything, right? But on this terrain, it's just not going to happen. So that's why I was thinking, like, instead of maybe doing a terrain and like having it be in a field, I kind of do like it being in like a little city with like a lot of like hiding spots and stuff like that. Um, but do you guys want to see UI? Because what we need is we need like the setting menu. This doesn't have any UI in it. That's currently how it's set up. Yeah, different stream today rather than just Blender. I'm really bad at UI, so this will be interesting. All right. So we will do UI then. I know the UI looked pretty atrocious, right? What we'll do is we'll make this, what's 1080 times 2? 2160? And then what's, oh wait, no, that's for the height. I want the page height to be 2160, and then I want the page width to be 1920 times 2. Yeah, that's just all I kind of placeholder stuff said. So I definitely do spell things wrong often. I'm also like pretty dyslexic, I think. A Steam Workshop UI designs. I don't even know what that means. Hey, Hugondo, how are you doing? How's your Saturday going? That's not the size that I tried to make this. It should be a bigger width than the height. Okay, there it goes. I don't know why it did that. What's a Steam Workshop UI design? Okay, so the first thing that we have to decide, right, is should we... You just woke up, that's nice. Do you guys like when settings menus are the full width of the screen, or do you like it when you can see around it? For example, like if we go into settings, do you want you to be able to like see through this and around it, or do you want it to be like take up the entire page so you don't see anything that's going on? like this, or I guess I could show you what I mean by that. If this is like full white, and then we make this 0, 0, 0, 0. To be able to subscribe to a Steam Workshop thing and have the texture pack be active UI design, not full screen. So you don't like the full screen settings menu? See around? Okay. Seems like people like the see around in general. Okay. Wait, but what are you talking about, Hollow? To be able to subscribe to a Steam Workshop thing. I don't know exactly what I need to do for a Steam Workshop. I'm not sure I'll have anything for this game for a Steam Workshop, though. Because Steam Workshop is like make your own levels and stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to add that functionality because I think it's just going to take a really long time to do. Okay, so we don't like full screen. So we can design based off that. Yeah, but maybe I'll look into it a little bit more and see exactly what you can use for Steam Workshop because I'm not like 100% certain what it's used for. Which like it could definitely be something that I want to implement, but like I don't really know yet because I just don't know. You know? Okay. So we're not going to go full screen. How much of the screen do we want it to take up? Like this much roughly? Like a nerve cut off, lagged harder in your life? I don't know what's going on. Maybe your Wi-Fi is on the fritz. Okay. So we have this basis. Then I think what we're going to do is we're going to design a slider. Because I think we want a little slider that represents the volumes is for sure one UI component that we're going to want. So I think for this, we have two options. We could either go with a rounded rectangle. That's probably what we're going to go for. And then just like make it pretty rounded, I think, in terms of rectangles for this slider. We could go like all the way. Actually, I'm kind of leaning towards that. I think that that's pretty good. We'll add a stroke to this. Like just like a little bit of a stroke. Well, maybe they make this stroke like a brown color instead of like a... Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. And then what we'll do here is we will then make a little circle that will be our slider value. That will be what we like slide across. And then this, I think we're going to actually leave it the same color. Maybe we could go like a little bit more orangey because I think I want this to be like a little honey blob. Yeah, no, maybe so to my question. I don't know. What was your question, Pete? I don't think I saw it. Brown for bear? Yeah, exactly. Or brown for wood or whatever we want to call it. And then we're going to try and make this a little honey. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take the fill, make it like a yellow-ish, like a little golden yellow, like maybe there. And then we'll just add like a little bit of a highlight up here and then a little bit of a low light. Just to give it like a little bit of extra color. So we'll come in here and grab our pencil tool. We'll just make it like that. We'll fix this curve up a little bit. Oh, nice, a game developer. Keep going. Don't give up. Thanks, Slush. That's the plan. We're out here grinding. I'm really bad at UI design, but that's what we're working on today because I desperately need it because it looks atrocious in the game. So something like that, and then we can come up here, grab the fill, make it like a really, really light color, grab the outline. We probably just don't even want an outline, honestly. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. Wait, a new guy? Where is he from? If I had to guess, I have no clue. I feel like slushies are loved in America. People really love slushies here. So maybe he's from America. Do you guys like slushies? What's your favorite type of slushie if you do? I think that looks pretty good as a highlight there, and then we can come in and grab a low light too. Yeah. What type of slushie? I used to love the name of the game is Honey Grab. Yeah, most indie devs are unpopular. It's just there's a lot of people doing it because a lot of people have the dream of making a game. So then it becomes like oversaturated, and there's a lot of people that are like doing it for like the wrong reasons and stuff like that. But um, it's yeah, the honey grab. It's kind of like a friend swap game if you want to call it that. I just had this idea for like a really long time. Um, but like you're gonna be able to choose to play as a bear or a bee and like run around, steal honey inside the hive, stuff like that. Yeah, it's been fun to make. It's been fun to make. But yeah, right now we're currently working on UI because this is the UI that I have for that menu. It's pretty atrocious stuff. Not nearly as nice as our fancy cosmetic UI that is like apparently lagging out like crazy right now. All right, back to this. That looks really good. Yeah, thank you. I've made everything myself so far too, so I'm pretty proud of it. Um, like it's been fun. I've definitely learned a ton. Um, we're getting there. Game's slowly improving. But yeah, my UI skills are pretty atrocious. I think they're somehow worse than my Blender skills. But are you interested in game dev slush? Like, is like that something that you personally do yourself, or do you just like watching it? Both are cool. What is going on with this curve? Oh, it's underneath everything. I was like, why can't I see it? That makes a lot more sense. We'll turn off the fill or turn off the stroke, and then we'll give it a fill. We'll make it like a pretty dark color. Gotta definitely clean this up. I hate how that looks. Um, and then maybe we make this side like a little bit sharper. Like that. How do we like that as like a little slider? I think that looks pretty solid. The game reminds me of the XP era. Oh no. It's pretty old. He's just showing his cat on Discord. His cats are pretty cute. I do love me some Spyro. That was a very fun game back in the day. Definitely was. Yeah. That's the plan, Hollow. We're gonna have like I think should we do a yellow on this side? We can play around with it. We can see how the yellow looks on this side, and then probably a white on the side that's not filled is what I was thinking for the slider. But we'll play around with it because we definitely want to. I'm gonna make like a group here so that I know that that's the slider. How do I make a group? A group. We'll call this like slider. See you, Laxian. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend and your Saturday. Hopefully both of those go great for you. Let me put it below this. There we go. Yeah. So now it's in one group, so I can just grab this. That's not There's too many commands to remember because I keep trying to press G, which is like move stuff in Blender, but that's not how you move stuff here. Yeah. So then we can grab this and then duplicate this because the way that we want to set it up in Unity is we have to like have it filled the entire way and then we like say how much to fill it. So what we can do is we can just get rid of the stroke and then we can go in here and we can just make this the color that we want our fill to be. I think we might have to scale it down a little bit just so that it's like filling up the stroke perfectly. There's probably a better way that I could have done this in hindsight, but like... Could try gradients, absolutely. Yeah, we can throw a gradient on this bad boy. See how that looks. See how we like the fill being on a gradient. Yeah, I'm definitely not a UI designer. But I said I was going to make everything for this game, so that's what I'm doing. You know? So, the gradient tool, can pop this in here. Can throw like a gradient. I think actually we kind of want this to be like the other way around. No, wait, we want it to be this way. And then I think that we don't go that light with this gradient color. I think we gotta go like a dark golden there. And then like something like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good actually. And then if we like come in here and we can see how this would like, I gotta stop pressing G. What software is this? This is Affinity Designer. It's like the alternative to like, it's the alternative to Adobe Illustrator. It's like a vector tool. And it's like a one-time payment thing rather than a subscription that they get you on for life, like Adobe. Yeah. Because we hate that business model over here. Where they just like get you hooked on everything. I think it was like $100. So like expensive, but like in terms of like software, like not too bad. Nope. And then yeah, we're gonna experiment with like a little like highlight up here too, I think, on this. $100 is crazy, honestly. Yeah, it's definitely pricey, but if you think about it as a replacement for Adobe Illustrator, which I think it does a very good job at, Adobe Illustrator is like $30, $35 a month. So like, pick your poison. I think they're both awful options. Also, hey Green Cube, how are you doing today? Hopefully your Saturday is going well. Right? That's the way software is. You kind of just got to pick your poison, and I think a lot of it is not a lot of it's not great. Good, thank you for asking. I mean, yeah, of course I'll ask. We're chill over here. We do some chill gameplay making, game making. Yeah, but I mean, you're here, so like, might as well ask, right? Curious, want to know if you're doing good. Um, Wait, what happened to my? Oh no, did I lose that thing I made at the start? Let's see if Command Z can get it back. Okay, there we go. I don't know why the slider disappeared there. I don't know what's going on with this either. We'll just redo what we just did. Yeah, but as you can tell, this is not my area of expertise. I'm not a UI designer by trade. FL Studio is cheapest, about the same price. A lot of people like it. Sale the 7Cs for it. Yeah. For music, I started doing some music stuff. And I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to make the music because did so bad at my first attempt to make music that like I kind of haven't tried to touch it in months. But when I was doing music, I was just using Reaper. Which like people also like Reaper, I'm pretty sure, but I think more people definitely do like FL Studio. But like music is just so different from every other aspect of game development. You were talking with Pete in the Discord. In a music class, we'll see how good I am at that. Everyone sucks at music. Yeah, no, music is just not, it's not for me, I don't think. I just don't have the ear for it. I think in order to do music, you have to train your ear, and I just can't like hear different notes. Like I hear like if I listen to music, I hear the note is different, but I'm like, is that a higher note or a lower note? And that probably comes with practice, but like it's just I don't think it's for me. He did a cat and a voice reveal. Wow. Seems like stuff's going down. I can play music pretty good with the flute, but making original songs is atrocious. Yeah, and that's also another like added aspect to it that makes it like really hard is you have to make it. Like you have to create something that has never been created before. Um, which definitely adds can play ultra and played too much ultra kill. What's ultra kill? I am not versed in the know. Okay, how does that look? Do we like that as a slider? Yeah, I've tried to pick up like the guitar a few times and the ukulele a few times. I just like can't hear the notes and I don't have rhythm and like I think that's my worst part is the rhythm. Ultra Crow's a really good game with amazing music. Huh. I don't know it. I'm sure it's great though. I'll listen to a few songs. But hi Mr. Green Cube. Yep, really cool, but you can make the little reflection a bit rounder. On the sidebar, wait. You can make the little reflection on the slider body. Thesis? Are you I don't know what you're saying, Zed. Could make this a bit rounder. Like that. And then like lag. Is it on my end? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a little better actually. I think maybe also just like pulling it down a little bit from the edge so that you can actually like see that it's like a highlight rather than just like it being part of it. Yeah, I think I like that better. Kid you live feed? No, it's not laggy for me. Stream is fine. Okay, so just Zed. Because I was like, I think it seems like it's uploading fine. Okay, so slider is done. Or do we have any like things that people want to see tried real quick and see if it looks a little bit better? Any other ideas? Because I'm not a UI guy. I don't know. We'll make another group with this and kind of just put everything here too. What happened? Where did everything go? Oh, I went down a little bit. He likes the honey grab stream. Black on the other side of the ball. Here you go. We can try that in a sec. Just let me group everything together, make it nice so we don't have to worry about it when we want to move it. That's the wrong place for that. We can try black here. I feel like that makes it really busy. Like I feel like it's just pretty busy. Unless you want it to be He's interested in the mouse pointer. Make it big for him. Can you even see that it's big? I actually don't know. Gray. Try gray. Yeah, I think maybe a light gray would actually do pretty well there. Like, really light. Like, I think... Wait, that's not the right... It's this one. Like a really light gray. Just so that it's not... He's attacking the screen. It sounds like a cat thing to do. Yeah, I think I like closer to white. Especially because I think that this background is probably going to be like on the darker side of things. If I had to like guess now kind of what I'm like envisioning, like something like that. Right? Okay. So I think that looks pretty good on the slider. Let's see what other things that we kind of are going to need. So I think I do like how this is set up. Like at the top here, you have a thing, and then you have, I'll make it like so that this is bigger when it's selected, I think. So what I want to do is I want to design like buttons that can like be expanded. Is where I think I'm going with it. We also need a slider here. Slider UI, so we're going to need like the box. Actually, we can do that next. I think this will probably be actually pretty similar. Maybe it won't be similar. But we'll use like the same curving. I'm working on the game, Pete, but if other people want to see it, they can. I want to lock in for a bit. A blue outline instead of a bigger button. Yeah, that like that. We could definitely play around with stuff like that too. Okay, so this is going to go up into this corner over here. You can kind of see how this will look. How would I show them? I don't know. Can you in Discord? I'm not sure. I don't really know how it's all set up. Okay, so we have that up there. And we'll make this go all the way to the bottom here. And then what we'll do is we will have the fill be like maybe just white entirely for this. I don't actually know. And then we'll have this be like a dark red outline. And then we'll make another one of these that go like that. Something like that I think looks pretty nice. And then I think we'll get rid of the fill on this one. Everyone in the diss. And then we'll have this be like a little bit even more like that. And then we'll fill this in. I think yellow is probably a pretty good color for this, if I had to guess. I'm thinking of building a PC, and I'm a 47-year-old man, and I might have some tips. I actually don't know too much about computers for being a computer scientist. I've kind of always just used a Mac. But like, especially like I don't have any like recent knowledge on computers. Like last time I was like up to date on computer stuff, like PC wise, was when Intel was the best processor. And I no longer think that Intel is the best processor. Like, I could be wrong about that, but I don't think Intel is the best processor. Um, you could tell me if I'm wrong though. Build my own Mac. I don't know how well that would go down, Slush. I think I'd be sued. I know too much on PCs if you want help. Yeah, Hollow sounds like a much better person to give advice over me in this instance. Because PCs are not really my thing. It's kind of funny. I always get asked like computer stuff because people are like, "Oh, you're a computer scientist. You must know computers." And I'm like, "I don't know computers at all." Like if someone asks me like why their computer isn't working, my first step is always just turn it off and then on again, and like 90% of the time that works. I think this probably needs to be a little bit more rounded if I'm going to do that rounded of a corner up top. So let's see how this kind of looks. Okay. How do we like that as the sidebar? I actually think that looks pretty good as a sidebar. Looks nice and integrated. Nicely shaped and whatnot. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, background less red. I agree. I agree. We can go like that. That's like a little bit more neutral. Wooded in texture instead of solid brown. See, I do want to do that, but it's kind of hard to draw wooden textures. Like I've tried before to draw wooden textures, and like I just don't think it looks great. Like I feel like I struggle a bit with wooden textures. I'm so bad at finding tan. I don't know where tan is on a color wheel. Like that's like tan. I don't know if I love that. I could also... Let's see. Let's see if there's like wooden textures on free game art. Yeah, after stream maybe. Because I'm just so bad at drawing wood. Let's see, that kind of looks like what we're going for. It's public domain, so it's just free to use. So we can try and like see if we can make this look good. Downloads. Where are you sending them, Zed? Oh, list of parts. I keep trying to use tools that are not in this software. Can I rotate that 90 degrees? Yes, I can. And then what we'll do is we'll scale this up and then probably put like a mask behind it, or a mask on the thing in front of it. Let's see. I don't know what this is, so I think I could probably safely delete that, right? Yeah, I can safely delete that. How do we mask something in this software? This might be a look up online sort of thing that we need to do. Let's see. Oh, wait 1 second. The music's gonna go off for a sec. All right. The music's back. Okay. Time to look up how this works. How to mask in Affinity Designer. Okay, let's see. Using layers as masks. Okay, let's see here. All of these are videos. I don't want a video. Okay, we're just going to play around with tools because none of the things online were helpful at all. Let's see, is there just a masking tool anywhere? It's not even telling me what the tools are anymore. The knife tool? I think it sounds like you're having Wi-Fi issues, Zad. Place tool, vector crop tool, rectangle tool, ellipse tool, shape builder tool, artistic text. You know what? It's probably layers is probably our thing that we need to do. So if we select these two layers, is there like a mask functionality? Or can I change the layers to a mask? Is that like a type of layer? Layer effects. I don't think that's quite what I'm looking for here. Try right-clicking layer. Yeah, it didn't have that as an option. Didn't have like a mask option. Oh, is this a mask? Mask layer. There we go. I don't want that to be a mask layer. I think I want this thing to be a mask layer. That's not working as intended at all. Oh, wait, I think I want to do that backwards. I think I want to make this the mask layer and then insert this thing here. No. Insert it here. Yeah, there we go. That was like way too difficult. How do we like that? Does that look good? Yeah, I think I do like that. I think it has a good vibe. Good vibe to it. Took us a second, but we made it there. As you can tell, totally a pro at UI design. It's my bread and butter. It's what I went to school for, clearly. Yep. Next up, I think we make a button. The buttons at the top. We need 4 buttons here. And then we need to leave space for an exit sign there. And then we will make like what it looks like when it's selected as well for the button. So I think for the start of the button, we just do like a really basic, like, we need to make sure that 4 of them will fit. Yeah, that looks like 4 of them will fit there. Could maybe even make it a little bit wider. Yeah, that looks good. And then I think what we do here is we duplicate this and then we move it down a hair, locking it to this axis. Put this one under this one. We can make this one darker. Something like, we can make it really dark if we wanted to. Yeah, it's a little too dark. I don't know if I love this color. What should the color of this button be? Yeah, it looks nice. Glad it looks good. Slushy the slush. Should this be like just a white and then we can make this just like a gray? Do we like that or do we hate that? Also, it's so funny how the YouTube system works with like the the leaderboard. It's like Slushy the Slush is number 2 now, but this is the first stream we've ever been to. But it's funny. And I'm sure Zed is loving the fact that he's not ranked. Could also try a stroke on this. I don't know if I love the idea of having a stroke on this. I feel like it just complicates things a little bit. Maybe I do like the idea of having a stroke on it, actually. And then this one would also need a stroke, I think. Does that look bad, is the question, though. And then we can have a pushed down version, which will just look like this. So right, if I group these two things real quick, make that go below, right, we can switch between these two things. So like the up version's that, and then we go down as like a click. You don't like 3D UI elements? So you hate this button. That's what I'm getting. I guess it does look a little out of place with the rest of it being kind of flatter. I do see like the distinct like dish joint in styles. So we can play around. We can try and just make a more simplistic just button thing. Because that feels too flat to me. Like maybe it's just not designed good enough yet, but it feels flat. It feels really flat. I don't know if anyone else gets that vibe. But like I guess maybe we could like have it just be like something like that, where it gives it like a little bit of depth. But it's like a head on rather than like a side view, because this kind of has like a side view type vibe, but this gives like a head on, like it's a keycap where it's like all sides kind of go out a little bit. Hexagon buttons. I don't hate the idea of hexagon buttons. I think in this space, because I need them to be like horizontally placed, I don't know if I love it for this space. Right? Because I need it to like fill up this area, and if it's hexagonal, or I guess wait, here, let me try. I could try like longer hexagons. I was thinking like a perfect hexagon. I can make them longer hexagons. We'll try that. We'll try that. Let's see, is there a hexagon shape so I can just like use this? There's a trapezoid, cog tool, ellipse, spiral tool, QR code tool. Can make some QR codes. I wonder if those are functional. They probably aren't. Cent your case. Polygon tool. How did I miss that? How do I change the number of sides? Sides. What did you say? Octagon or hexagon? Hexagon. I feel like octagon might actually be the play here. That's not how I would make an octagon. Or can make them circle. QR code or Rickroll in the game. We'll make it a perfect. Can I make it? How do I? Why is it trying to? We're just gonna delete the shape and retry this. Okay, we're making it a perfect shape, which means that all sides are the same. And we do octagon, and then we could rotate this. How far would we have to rotate it? 22.5 degrees. Is that right? Yeah, 22.5 degrees seems right. And then what we can do is we can shrink this up, and then we can maybe convert it to curves. Because the hexagon was not I don't think a hexagon you can have it be like flat on the top and flat on the bottom, because I think if we want to do like a different button shape, it needs to be flat on the top and flat on the bottom. I'm pressing random buttons and I don't know what I just did. Like all of that, I just changed like a bunch of stuff and I'm not really sure. I want to convert this to curves again. Convert to curves, and then what we could do is we could grab this one and this one, and then this one and this one, and then how do I scale? I don't think there's a way to scale. I don't love. Maybe you can. I don't actually know. Oh, this looks just atrocious. But we could do like a diamond-like button like this. That is an option. Do we like that better? I can try it with a hexagon too. Maybe you can do it with a hexagon. Only after. Oh wait, why is it doing it? Actually, I'm kind of fine with this button. I think that actually looks quite good. I don't know if I love it. What's this do? That makes it... Oh, wait, that's kind of sick. It's like a Batman symbol there. Your internet? Okay, what shape of buttons do we like the best, guys? Rotate the hexagon? Like... Which way? Like, I don't think this way, right? Like, I guess if you wanted it to be like that, sure. Yeah, we could do that. That's another option for a button. Let's change this to 90. I'll just join the voice chat for a little bit after stream, Pete. Just for a little bit. You're not at your house? Then obviously the Wi-Fi won't be good. People don't care. Like, some people don't care about Wi-Fi. You're B-man? Okay. Which of these buttons do we like better, guys? In a super hoarse voice. I'm B-man. I don't know. You like number 2? Squircle? What? 2 or 3? 3 is kind of a very interesting shape. I do kind of like it. It does look like the Batman logo, though. just minorly. You like the rounded square? So number 2. Okay, I think we should for sure get rid of this one. I think that one looks really bad. I think this one has too pointed of corners, which like I don't really love. Like those corners are just a little too sharp for me. Very hexagon much button. What do you mean, Zed? Yeah. I still kind of love I feel like I like the idea of this one. I do like the idea of this one a lot. Cuz I like having like a little bit of like a button press when you press buttons. And this one's also just like it's not designed well right now. So it's like not centered. Like that. No, it's not centered. I need to figure out how to center stuff in this application. Although I need help on my PC. If all you guys like the stream, what if press went into the wood, not stuck out? Trying to think what that would look like. Or how I would make that. Gotta ask the professionals, yeah. Oh, as a professional. What computer parts are even good nowadays? Like, I have literally no clue. That's fair. Gotta ask someone who knows, so. Hollow is definitely probably a pretty good option for that. I'm trying to think what it would look like. Oh my god, the lag. Got. So maybe what we do is we make like this. Yeah, all of your messages are sending twice. So we make this like a little bit darker. And then what we have is when it presses, maybe we just we copy this bottom one and then we just make it white. Like that. And then we put it above everything. So let's group this and see how it looks when we press. Yeah, that's right. And then, so this is the not pressed, and then you go to press it, and then it looks like that. So it looks like it's kind of going down. Yeah, I think that's not bad. We'll play around with it. I think that we have 3 options for buttons now, which is a solid start, I guess. And then we can like play around with which ones we like better a little bit later. And then for selecting them, I think we just make like a little bit of like an outline around it. So if we go with this one, the outline would be like that. We would have no fill, and then we would have a outline of, we can play around with the outline colors, but like something like that, make the stroke a bit bigger, and then we can pull it in, make it so it lines up. Try the same thing for both of these as well. An RX 9060 XT. Is that a Ryzen? Is that a processing card or a CPU? That does not sound like a CPU then. If you're saying for the CPU. Okay, fill, we'll get rid of it. And then for the stroke, we'll do blue again. Then we'll make the stroke a bit bigger. And then we will put it like that. Unless you did your research, go with NVIDIA. Yeah. I think, doesn't AMD have some decent graphics cards nowadays? I'm not even sure. I don't keep up with any of that. I've never actually built a PC. My cat is attacking the mouse again. Clean your laptop's fans then. My laptop just heats up randomly too. But I think that's because it's a like a gaming laptop and it's just like meant to just get really hot. Or at least that's just what they do. Actually, this is probably easier by just making the stroke on the outside. How do I make the stroke on the outside? A line. Stroke to the inside, stroke to the outside. Perfect. And then just grab this color over here. Why? What? Stroke. Color. Color picker. I want to color pick. Let me color pick. Oh, I have to press and hold. Okay. I'm always so scared to take apart like a laptop or a computer or something like that because I'm like, am I gonna break it? Okay, so we have these three options for buttons. That's like a pretty good start, I think. Wait, why does that look so purple on the stream? Is the stream like really broken? That looks really purple. This is blue. This is like really blue on my screen. Wait a minute, what? Guys, does this look really purple on the stream? Also, we drop down to 2 people. Wait, I'm so confused. That's not like at all the color of what this is. Like, I'll send it in Discord. Like, this is not... That's not what this is. I'm so confused. I'm beyond confused. Wait, what? So does that mean like all of my colors are just not right? Like that's what I'm looking at on my screen right now. That's not what it's like on the stream. Right? I'm not going crazy. You're colorblind with blue and purple. God, I'm struggling. Okay. For the indented button, you can put the bar just on the top. Yeah, that's what I did. I have that already set up. Where is it? It's here. Right? So when you indent it, it would just be that. So that's what it's like indented. That's what it's like extended with the button on it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll have to play with it because I don't know 100% which one I like the best yet. I still need to figure that out. What other UI components do we need? I think we need a drop-down box, but I'm not 100% sure how drop-down boxes are actually set up in Unity because I've never used one before. Like, because I know that I can use this. Hey, chicken, how you doing? Long time no see. Hope your Saturday is going well. First, everything super computer died. That might be. We're working on some UI right now, chicken. It's going all right. I don't really know what I'm doing, so that's always fun. Um, but I think I'm gonna replace this with the backdrop of all of the other things are also gonna be this because I do like this, like how this looks better, and maybe I make my own textured version of it, but I do enjoy it. So I sent a picture in the Discord and like the off topic what it looks like. Oh yeah. Also, the colors on the stream are just way wrong for some reason. Let me see if it's showing up like that on. Yeah, it's showing up like that on OBS too. Which, if that's on my monitor, that's like a really big difference, and I've kind of been developing the game with like that stuff in mind. Did your computer explode, Zed? Um, I sent a picture in the Discord because you see how purple this is? It looks really, really purple, but on my screen, that's like a bright blue. So I'm just really confused. Um, I can see real quick. Oh, they do. Wait. They look way different on my second monitor. So this is what I've been developing on this monitor for a very, very long time. That's like honestly a bit concerning that like the colors are not even close to the same. I'll have to play around with color settings at a later date, I think, is kind of what we're probably going to need to do. Yeah, I'll check the monitor settings later. Um, because that is definitely a little concerning. So I'm just gonna check what we kind of need for a drop down. See how they work, see how they function, see what like sprites we need for this. Yeah, you died. Yeah, I know it's easy. It's the buttons that I have to press are in a really awkward spot with my setup, so I have to like kind of move my monitors around a little bit, um, in order to fix it. So it'll be better to do it off camera, I think. Yeah, it's a little annoying. My setup isn't uh, too conducive to that. So label. So we have for the drop down we have a label, which is just a text. We don't have to worry about that. We have a little arrow that we need. We have a UI sprite, which is just this button. So we need a button that goes around. And then what does this template look like? This template has a thing, a scroll bar, I guess that's what it's called. UI sprite, so that's this entire background of it. A viewport that has a UI mask, we don't really need to worry about that. Content, don't really need to worry about that. Item. Okay, so it's a toggle item, but what is target graphic? What is that? I don't know what that is. Item check mark, so we need a check mark here, and then a label. Okay. I think I figured out everything that we need for the drop down. See ya, Pete. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you. Hope you have some fun playing VR. Oh, let's actually bring that back so I have it as a reference. Okay, so first things first, we need a box. So let's start with like a rounded corner, I guess. Rounded corner box. Like something like that. I feel like that feels pretty reasonable for a check mark. It's probably going to be a little bit smaller than that, so maybe we do make it a little bit... Yeah, like that. I think that looks like a pretty decent start. We're then going to want to align it with the outside. Oh, you'll stay on the stream though? Okay. Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it. What time is it for me right now? It's 10 o'clock. Or not 10 o'clock, it's 11:10. Sorry. We started stream at 10 o'clock. Um, I think we go like a brown for this one. It's a little too red. Yeah, like a brown. Go like a pretty dark brown here. And then for the fill, we probably go white. I think thinking like just slightly off white. Thanks. Thanks for what? And then we'll go like 2 pixels for that. Then I think maybe we'll make this a little longer and I'll go just slightly bigger. Okay, so what was the next thing that we needed for this? So we have this box up here. We need a check mark down. Zed, you're really having computer struggles today. Okay. So we need a check mark. What type of check mark do we make? Or a checkbox? I think maybe we just like do like a little bit like of a hand drawn thing. That looks kind of atrocious. Let's see if there's like a base shape that we can start with. What's moving places? Hopefully your internet's a little bit better now. We could put an arrow here. Whoa, what is that? Ooh, this seems fancy. Well, I don't know what I'm doing. What is this? What am I? There's a bar for checkbox? What do you mean? Yeah, chicken's here. I made this into a box, and I don't know what I did. Yeah, I think I'm not going to use this shape. Star tool. Ooh, that's a fun shape. It's definitely not what I'm going for, but I do like that shape. Actually, that's like kind of perfect for flowers. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen chicken, but it's all good. Double star tool. Ooh, fancy. Ooh, another nice flower shape. Okay. What were you saying, Hollow? A bar for the checkbox? What happened in the last 5 weeks? People get busy. People have other things that they got to do. It's understandable. Don't tell me you got what? Okay, I think I'm just going to do an upside down arrow. Like that. Upside down triangle. NCM? I don't know if I know that lingo. If that's something, or if you're saying never mind. And then I think we'll fill this in with something. Not black. Oh, I think actually a nice yellow here would be pretty good. Actually, maybe we color pick like this. It's a little dark. Maybe we color pick this. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good as a start. Because that's this area. Then we have to do a scroll bar and then a check mark. Is pretty much what we need. Never mind. Okay, that's kind of what I figured you were trying to say. Uh, anyone doing anything fun though? Tomorrow, today, whenever? Oh, can I not change the corners of the shape? I think we'll just... Can I convert this to, like, geometry? No. We'll just make a new rectangle, I think. Because it doesn't seem like I can change the corners. And I kind of want to be able to change the corners. Make a bar. What I was trying to say about the bar was for the check mark, make the bar in the side or a selection box. Like a check mark box over here. Wait. What I was saying about the bar was for the check mark, make a bar in the side or a selection box. I'm not 100% sure what you mean. My brain is running a little slow. I didn't sleep great last night. I did the thing where I woke up randomly in the middle of the night and couldn't fall back asleep. Unfortunately. Oh, did not mean to click that. Brain moving a little bit slow this morning. Employed? What are you talking about, Zed? Never mind. Yeah, sorry, I'm not braining right now. It's been a long morning. And then for a check mark, we just go. Let's see, what we can do is we can combine those two things, get rid of that. We can just get rid of all of these, actually. Ugh. Gotta give it a stroke or something. Oh, it's just at the bottom. Why does it do that? I'm like clearly drawing on top of stuff, but it just puts it at the bottom. Zed, how many times have you been gone and back? Back to a stable position? Okay. I think we got to make this a little bit smaller. It seems like a little bit of a large checkbox. How does this look for our checkbox, though? It's not what I meant to do. Okay. Do, 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 do. What? Hollow. You alive? Yeah, it's been a... I feel like uh, we're doing something different on stream, and it might not be as appealing to some people. Because I have no clue what I'm doing, in all honesty. I don't like that at all. Yeah, I do like that, actually. How do we feel about that check mark, guys? Feel pretty good? Good. I think maybe we make this edge a little less sharp. Like, we can do something like that. I think that gives it a little bit more character. I actually don't like that. We're going to change it back. And I think also get rid of this. Yeah, okay. That, we're keeping that. That's fine. And then we have to make a bar over here. And before we do that, we're actually just going to make this all into a group so that we... What is this? This is a drop down. Just so we have it all in one place, so that makes it a little bit easier on the future us. Would you be interested in doing Discord VCs occasionally for talking about the game? Yeah, I think that'd be something that we could do. Yeah, if you have like any like comments, advice, like I could even just do like I don't know. What are you kind of picturing that being like, Hollow? What are you envisioning? It'd be fun. Yeah, it could be fun. I think talking about development on the game. Mm-hmm. Just chatting in general. Mm. And one of you helps. I don't know if for this one I'm going to do that. I kind of want this like honey grab to be like completely made by me, if that makes sense. But like I'm not opposed to doing that like in the future. It's just I kind of wanted like I love feedback and advice and stuff like that. Like I think that's all like really important and like useful and helpful. Um but like I kind of wanted this one to be just by me. Hey chicken. You exist again. If that makes sense. But like I'm definitely not opposed to like doing that on let's say like the other project I'm working on because like I'm not that one isn't like made with the intent of doing everything myself. Like the way that I see it right now is like currently we're at a time in the world where like this is kind of the last time that you can ever really justify doing something yourself. Right? Like the way I see it is that like AI is going to just like make everything significantly faster, significantly better, right? All of that sort of stuff. And we're like kind of at the point where like this is the last time where you can do stuff yourself and not feel bad about doing it yourself because like humans are still pretty close to what AI can do. But like I think soon you're just gonna feel like you're wasting time by doing something yourself. That's why like I want to create something like by myself. if that kind of logic makes sense. YouTube is killing itself for me? What do you mean? Like YouTube just isn't working good? The incident? Oh no. Hopefully the incident wasn't too bad. Okay, chat, how do we feel about this drop down thingy? I think it looks pretty good. I think this is probably a little bit too large. Well, hopefully it's better now. The keyboard takes like 10 seconds to load? Oh, like if you're like searching, are you searching something on YouTube? But yeah, that's like kind of the way that I see creation right now. Because like I think in the next like 2 years, if I'm still making games and stuff, right? Like I probably can't justify doing every little thing myself. Hey, Chick. No worries. Right? Yeah. Hey, Chick. You're chatting on mobile. Oh, okay. Okay. Uh, oh yeah, Chick changed his username to Vanta. So now there's 0 chickens in the chat, but 2 people called Chicken. But no, on the other project, I'm not opposed to that at all. Because I started another like small tiny YouTube channel that I'm gonna do like once a week, just like as like a to break up working solely on Honey Grab because I thought it was getting a little like repetitive. And there, like I'm certainly not opposed to doing something like that because like I don't see that as like my baby. This is like kind of like my baby. I don't like I've been working on Honey Grab for so long, if that makes sense, that I just like see it as like so it's really hard to explain. How do we feel about that? Also, Chick, we're making UI today instead of 3D modeling because I needed to make some UI. And what do we feel about these as buttons? Which of these buttons do we like the best as like a top thing? Like some top buttons up here. Because I don't know which button I like. Yeah, it looks good. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's coming along. Multi VPN account for Discord. Yeah, I think Hollow, that would probably be what I want to do. And then we can just kind of do like everything related to it on there. But I don't really know. What do you think on that? Like, I'm not really a Discord savvy person. Top third, maybe the third top bottom is a little weird. Third top bottom. Oh, this is like for selected. Like the blue or the it looks purple on your guys' screens. It's supposed to be blue because I have some really bad settings apparently. I don't know which of these things I want to go with. Because like I'm going to have buttons up here that are like for graphics. I can just show you what the layout is. We'll just delete this real quick. So the layout for it will be... if we go to settings, right, it's just the layout up here. And I need to like figure out what we're doing here. That makes sense. But I don't know what type of buttons I want to go with. Because we have 3 options and I don't know if I love any of them. Like they're just not... Maybe the issue is we don't have the right like borders on these things. Like let's try and switch the border to like that. And like this border also to that. It's 100% purple. Look in the Discord. On my screen, it's very, very blue. It's like very blue. That looks better. Like, here, I'll try and match this color to what I see on the screen now. That's what it looked like for me. I think you're insane. On the picture I sent, it's very blue. I mean, very purple. Okay. Yeah, let's do that then. Because I think that probably makes more sense, so that like it's not like the Discord can continue going. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Which blue? Yeah, I'll change the icon. But I think that other series is actually a lot of fun. I really like the idea, and it's just like silly fun that I can just like work on every once in a while. And I really do like how the giraffe turned out. I think it actually looks really cute. And I definitely learned a decent amount in making it. Okay. But what other stuff do we need for the UI? I think we need like some buttons. Ooh, actually, you know what else we need? We need like a switch. Giraffes haunt both channels. I know, right? They haunt both channels. And also, we could also start doing the spins live, so like people know I'm not like faking it. if people wanted to see a spin live. For anyone who doesn't know, if anyone's watching does not know what I'm talking about, it's called Rayleigh Studios. I can type it in the chat. I'm just doing like a little yeah, there you go. Oh god, I'm struggling. I think I probably spelled that wrong. But I'm doing a little series there where I spin a wheel of every single comment on the last video, and then whatever it is, it gets added to the game. It's a little silly. But made a little giraffe last episode. I think it looks pretty solid. You did it first? Yeah, you did beat me to it. You definitely did. I think with YouTube, right, you have to just make your first video be the type of content that you're going to produce, right? Because the way that it ends up like working out when you do that is that you find your target audience faster. Goofy Cabana, the Goofy Goober. Because like that's my one big piece of advice for you with that first video that you made, right? Is that like I didn't see any real 3D, right? There was some animation there, but it was mainly 2D if I remember correctly. But have you made another video since? Yeah, but it's not always like that. Yeah. Definitely. I think that it is. I think, right, YouTube pigeonholes you down like your target audience. And if there's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain what I'm thinking of. But like I think you have to give people like a value. Right? You have to make people like interested in what you're making by showing them something. If that makes sense. Like I think you should release another video introducing yourself again, but then just have, instead of like 2D animations in the background, be like, hey, this is all the stuff I've made in 3D. Even if it's like not amazing, right? Even if you're not like if you're like, this isn't the best, right? Just because if you want people to be interested in your 3D work, you have to show them what your 3D work looks like. Okay, how does that look as a like toggle? You should make a video. I think Vanta should also make a video, or Chick, whatever. Do you want to be called Chick now or Vanta? So like this would be like no and then yes. We can add text if we want to visualize it a little bit better, but this won't be like the actual font. Chick's nice. Okay, we'll call you Chick. Yeah, keep calling you Chick. Or if like the 3D, yeah, exactly, right? Like if you're saying what I'm intending to do on this channel is make this. And also it's definitely a lot harder if you're not speaking, right? Because people love voices. They love to listen to voices. And so that like does inherently make it more challenging. And I don't have any like advice for you on that. I can connect them, Hollow. I probably should connect them. I'm trying to think about how I should. Let me think. Like, are you talking about like what we could do is let's play around with this first. We're gonna just group these two things together real quick. And then we'll move this out here. But I'm also no expert when it comes to content creation, as you can see. Like, it's going all right for me, but like, I wouldn't say I'm like, we're like doing insane, right? It's like my advice might also just be awful. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to convert these to curves, and then what we'll do is we'll try and connect them. Convert to curves. We'll delete this one and delete... Oh, wait, no. Probably want to keep those. What we'll do is we'll then merge. Can I merge? Is that a thing that I can do? Oh, wait. I can just select both of them. I want to merge these two things together. I don't know. Will there be a game teaser trailer anytime soon? I should probably make a trailer soon. Game teaser when? After I have like some more gameplay footage. Because we need to do a little bit more like actual like gameplay testing stuff. I guess what we could do is we could go like get rid of this one and then we can make it like there. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Now that's some UI design. Is that what you were thinking of? Also, yeah. A lot more advanced and relatable. Just much better. Yeah, it's... I think using your voice is kind of something that's almost necessary in content creation. It's not necessary, but it just makes it a lot harder, especially when people are so averse to AI and all that sort of stuff now. Like, you have some people who absolutely love AI, right? And then you have some people that like despise it. And so you can't really use AI to voice over stuff unless you want to make a bunch of people mad. I think you should. You see, yeah, you're probably right about that, Hollow. I think that makes more sense. Right, and if it's something that you like actually want to do, I think getting over using your own voice is good. Because like that's something that I also struggled with a lot is like feeling all right in using my own voice. Like I was always like, what if I get judged? What if people don't like my voice? But like I've kind of overcome that a little bit. Like I don't think I have the best voice, but I think that I have an all right voice. And I think a big part of that is actually getting like a real mic. Because when I listen to my own voice and I like record, are you crazy? Left is no, right is yes. Yeah, I think that's right, Zed. But I see like I enjoy my own voice when I listen to it recorded through my microphone. And you can also like add some adjustments to it. Like I edit the EQs a little bit. That's why my voice sounds probably a little bit different during stream um, versus not in stream, right? Because I don't have my EQs set up for stream. I'm not in my house, so I leave to save money. What's that mean? Multiversal. Yeah, that's another challenging part. I think that's something that you get better with in time, though. Um, like I think if you don't practice using English, you're using mobile energy. Oh. You're using your mobile service, like your 3G or whatever, or your 4G, like your cell service. Um, what was I gonna do? I was gonna flip it. And then we have the no yes on this side, and then what we could probably do is make like a transitional state between the two. I try to lock in my English lessons. Yeah, it's a good use of your time probably if you want to uh, do content creation with English. um, I bet your English isn't bad, and like definitely by doing you will get better at it. And like I also do not ever finish my video in one take, right? Like if you're doing recordings and you're like uploading that as like a video, you could do like 1,000 takes if you wanted. I'm not suggesting that you do that because like that might be a little time consuming. Uh, but like I don't think it's something that you like should be worried about, right? Because you can take as many takes as you want. Like that's ultimately like right? Like there's nothing stopping you from taking as many takes as you want. Wait, what happened to Chick's eyes? Did something happen? The GIF incident? Oh no, did you guys send a GIF that was bad? That's oh no. Where is this one? It's here. We can put this down here. Then we can rotate. Does it? Zed's English improves every stream, for example. I think it does. You haven't even had to correct his grammar once. Okay, guys, how does that look? There's a no and a yes, and then it'll transition between the states here. Like this is like the button sliding. Or we can even make a few more of these. We could duplicate this, and then we can slide it down here. And then what we could do is we could grab this one and then slide it this way until it's like halfway. Is that like halfway? That looks about halfway. And then we could duplicate this one again. And then we can grab this and then slide it halfway here. Yeah. Yeah, so make the no selection gray. That's actually probably a really good idea. He corrects it himself now. It actually looks pretty good. I'm glad you guys think it looks good. My UI skills improving, just like everyone's English skills. Hopefully. Yeah, I think gray on this would look better, Hala. I think you're right. Just like a light gray. Yeah, like that. Maybe a little bit darker. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then we could do that for this one as well. And then for here, which one do we make it that? Which one do we do? I don't know. Do we do both as gray? Yeah, I think we do both as gray. I think that makes sense. Behead, or whatever you said in the givens. Oh, God. Yeah, I think that looks better. Good call. Good call. Yeah, I think that looks pretty solid. What other UI features or components do we need, guys? Is there anything else that we need? So this is like yes, no options. This is drop down options. You was talking about the yellow box. You were talking about the yellow box. Oh, I feel like the option that isn't selected being gray is better. Disclaimer. I vote that we don't send a gift if it will burn someone's eyes. That does not seem like it's a great thing to send. What else do we need? Is there anything else that anyone can think of? Also, what did you guys think of the city idea as opposed to the changing this terrain into like a bee city with like a place to hide, gardens everywhere, like cute little designs? Because I'm really falling out of love with the terrain, and I think it looks kind of bad, and it doesn't work with lighting, and it's kind of been like a pain in my neck just because it doesn't work with the lighting. Stop making Chicken feel bad. He doesn't need Discord. It's alright. You feed off the pain of people. Oh no. The vampire Zed. But do you guys like the idea of a city? Hate the idea of a city? Think it's all right? Like, what are we thinking? You like that idea? Plus, I think it'll be less intensive, even though like this, there are a lot of vertices on this. Like, I don't even know how to see how many vertices there are. Actually, I kind of do. We could like check. Kind of. We can't like see how many vertices are on the whole thing. But like, if I just look this way, and like I kind of just like, if I go out of the way of everything, right? The only thing that will be rendering is the map because the stuff behind us won't render. And we're at 1.6 million triangles. Like 1.6 million triangles is a lot of triangles. 2 million verts. Like that's just for the terrain. And then if I like switch it to this way, then we have even more. And like I can make a good city with like way less verts than that, I think. Because like by the time I get like over here, right, what we're looking at is like 2 million verts 3 million verts, which is a lot. A lot. A fly button for debugging. I come into this mode whenever I need to fly. But like I probably should add a fly mode. A city for a few reasons, right? The biggest reason is I think the terrain will just look bad. Because, so for example, right, when I point this at the ground, you don't see any lighting here, right? And you can't fix that unless you go to a more traditional looking terrain. And I just think traditional looking terrains in Unity look just really, really bad. Like they just are ugly. Because like you can't see the lighting at all here. But like lighting everywhere else is fine. Like on like everything else it's fine. But you will never be able to see it on... Hey Pete. I should definitely add a fly mode for debugging because this is kind of annoying having to walk around. But like you can't see the light on like the walls, but you can see it on like the flower. And then like the light also won't ever make a shadow on the actual light, right? Like we can see the light on the grass over there that's like on the wall, and like you can see the shadow on the grass. But like you won't be able to ever see the light on this actual terrain just because like by definition the way that I made the terrain. Yeah, but if Chicken's uncomfortable using a VPN to make a Discord because it's not allowed there, let's not make him. Like it's perfectly fine if he doesn't have a Discord to join. Like that's perfectly fine. He doesn't need to. Okay. What else do we need? UI wise. Is that everything? Is there anything else we can think of? We have sliders, we have drop downs, we have checkboxes. Toggles. I think that's everything that I was thinking that we needed and from a stream perspective. Like, I don't... Like, do we need anything else? Because otherwise, I think I'm probably going to end stream pretty soon. And then I'm going to go work on today's short. Which I don't know if it'll be released today. Because I'm tired. I need a little bit of a break. Yeah, I think I can make UI with this. And then I think I'll eventually... switch everything over to this like same sort of backdrop. Yeah, I'll join the voice for a few minutes. I don't think you need anything else to it. Yeah, I think we got it all. I'm gonna save this before I forget. We'll just call this menu UI. I feel like we're missing something. Well, if I miss something, I'll talk about it. Well, I still have to decide between buttons, but I'll throw it all together and like see which button type I like the best. Yeah, go for it. I'll join in a sec. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, great streaming with you guys. Bye.